definitely a work of art and I really like it. So now I just can't get over that. Whoa! Welcome back to Innovation RC, guys. I'm at my local hobby shop after hours. What's pretty cool about this is that I have all the tools in the world, which is pretty awesome. And what's also awesome is that I'm going to show you something very, very cool. Now, we all know the new XLX2. This is a beastly of an ESC. Now, what I also run on my XLX2, as you guys can see here, is a taller NTF fan, as you guys know, these big beefy fans. Now, these fans are awesome, don't get me wrong, but let's say you're doing about 100 miles an hour and you actually come to a dead stop, you crash into something. Now, by the way, 100 miles an hour is really an understatement because, you know, we're going a lot more than that. The weight of this fan on my other XLX2 actually broke the housing. So NTF, or Nicholas Tordella, as you guys may know from Facebook, he actually released something that can absolutely help with that. Now, I'll put the XLX here and that. Now, if you guys notice, an infraction is easily 9 to 10 pounds, you know? Easily. Keep in mind, I'm holding it by the fan. If you guys are interested, let's get right into this. All right, so we're gonna do an overall head count here. If you guys can see, we have our carbon plate, the fan mount. We also have my handy dandy little Allen key. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 flatheads that actually go on top of the fan mount that bolt into these 2 brackets on the side. And we have 2 brackets, and the brackets go on each side of the carbon mount. And we also have 6, I believe that's 6, yeah, 1.5 millimeters that actually go onto the top of the XLX2 that bolt the carbon plate onto the XLX. As you notice, that these are your standard black oxide Allen bolts that are actually on the top, but it looks awesome with the new stainless steel. Now, as you guys can see, we have only three tools that you need to put all this together and mount it on your vehicle. Now, we have a 2mm, a 1.5, and some thread lock. So that's really all that you need, and I totally recommend blue Loctite instead of red, obviously. So we are going to start off by actually installing one of these brackets on either side. It doesn't matter which side that you do it, whether it's this way or that way. All right, so now that we basically put the 2 standoffs on the fan mount, I'm gonna put that off to the side. And you guys can see that there is flat on this side, but there's a little crevice. So obviously you want the button on the button head, or the head of the screw, to go in this way. So now it's flush and it could be under and it won't disturb resting down flat on anything. Mount it on this right here and it's going to go on that way, if you guys could see. So we're going to do that. All right, so there we go, guys. So we pretty much have this thing built, and it's super duper easy. It really is. It's really difficult to really balance one of the standoffs on the first hole because the whole plate just wants to fall off or whatever. So it is definitely a work of art, and I really like it. So now we're gonna put it on the vehicle. Now, as I stated prior, you guys already should be getting some shrink wrap in the little kit that you get with this, because if you guys know, carbon is actually conductive, so you can actually short out your system. So keep in mind, you're going to see shrink wrap on Mr. Negative and Mr. Positive. Additionally, if we take off and additionally, you guys are going to see on this side as well, I have shrink wrap, so I don't want anything shorting out, and it's all going to work very well once we put it on. So let's install it. So you see our little 1.5 millimeters. We're going to take our 1.5 over here, and just again, guys, shrink wrap, shrink wrap, shrink wrap, and shrink wrap should be all included in his kit. So I'm going to stick this through here and stick this also through here somehow. Here we go. All right, now another thing, you want to actually put this back so it leans back a little bit. And obviously if you have the whole top off, you're already going to have the wire harness out. So you want to take your wire harnesses out just like that. Put them off to the side, all neat or not neat, whatever. And then we're going to want to put it down. And it's going to be not a squeeze, but you just want to wiggle it in, make sure it goes in naturally, because you just want to be sure that you don't use too thick of shrink wrap, because it could be more difficult to put in there. But you guys can see this thing just plops on, and it is perfect. So here we go. All right, there we go. So pretty much everything is installed of what you need for this new housing, and it's quite simple, really. So now we are going to reinstall our harness, which is going to stick up a little bit, but that's all right. Just like that. Make sure it's in, give it a little push. Now our sensor wire, we're going to want to make sure that white wire is always on the outside. There you go. Now what I like to do additionally, take a little flathead and just, you know, get in between the wires and give it a little bit more of a push so it's safe and all that. And there you go. You're going to be safe, and there's your ESC holder. This is absolutely awesome. Super durable, very, very strong, awesome. Now what we could do to complete the final touch is going to be to install the fan that does come included, which is actually really cool. I believe it's included. Now we are going to need a 2.5 millimeter, as you guys can see. So now what I want to do is reinstall our ABC wires for the motor. And voila, we are installed and we look great. Do a little demo. We have a 3-cell. Here's a little harness that I made. Plugged in, and the switch is right there if you guys can see it. Very good. And real quick guys, if you really like this video or if you found this informational, like and subscribe. And if you haven't done so, be sure to follow Innovation RC on Instagram as well. Should be right there. And definitely stay safe when doing this. I really love these upgraded parts, and it's definitely going to do well in this. Wow, I just can't get over that.